All right, moving on to the rest of the singles matches. First off, the U.S. title versus the Intercontinental title. Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Fool.
I like this. I actually am really looking forward to this match, even though Seth Rollins is not. But I think they're going to use that for the story. I'm going to pick Shinsuke Nakamura to win, and it's. You guys, Dean Ambrose is going to be a big factor in this one, but he's not going to interfere in the match. The only time I can see him, like during the match, it's going to be even out. Seth is starting to get a little bit of upper hand, and then Dean's going to just show up on the top of the entrance ramp and just throughout the match slowly go down the ramp to the edge of the ring, being a big distraction for Seth. And as Seth looks like he's about to get the curb stomp to win, Dean distracts the referee, and that gives Shinsuke an opportunity to do the Shinsuke low blow onto Seth Rollins. Kinshasa 1, 2, 3.
Now, does he do the arm or does he do the accidental headbutt?
No, he's doing the arm on this one. He's doing the arm.
SmackDown superstars love those low blows.
And that's Shinsuke has made this his own move. So yeah, we're gonna get a big low blow, Kinshasa 1, 2, 3, and what I want now, this is just gonna be fantasy booking for me. Now that like Shinsuke has this big win, I want him to flaunt that big win, and actually restart a feud with Rusev, because from Crown Jewel they had a match where they had the accidental low blow, but when Shinsuke had that face, it was not accidental. They actually planted something to actually have a feud building into WrestleMania. And then Rusev versus Shinsuke at WrestleMania for the United States Championship. And Rusev wins. And that gives Shinsuke the opportunity to be traded to Raw to basically rekindle the feud with Seth Rollins.
Brian, what do you got?
Shinsuke. Because first of all, at this point in the show, SmackDown really needs a win. Because in my predictions, Raw is dominating everything. Except for the tag team, because the Raw tag teams are shit. But also, you have the factors that they're playing into the storyline, as Tarek has mentioned. Seth Rollins has said straight out, like, he wants his head to be into the Shinsuke Nakamura match, but with everything that Dean Ambrose is playing this so well because he's so far in Seth Rollins' head right now that Seth Rollins can't get him out. He can't focus. And how
it's not even just he said he can't focus. He just flat out said he doesn't care about this match.
Yeah, and
that was dumb.
But either way,
I hated that.
But either way, yeah, it was dumb, but they can also play into it like he can't, like he doesn't care, but also when he's in the match, he can't even focus on the match because he's just looking out because he knows that Dean is somewhere nearby. So he can't focus on Shinsuke. Like, I don't even think that Dean needs to make an appearance. He will, because that's the WWE way. But, I mean, like, they can play it that Dean Ambrose is so far in Seth Rollins' head that Seth Rollins thinks that Dean is coming out. And because of how they used to come out, like the crowd and all that, he's too busy looking into the crowd. He's looking up at the entrance ramp. He's like, where is Dean going to come out to try to screw me? And, like, that's when, and, like, he hits, and I don't even think he's able to hit the curb stomp. Like, he's busy looking for Dean after some point, and Seth Rollins and Shinsuke just comes up and low blows him and hits the. We all probably agree that there's going to be a low blow and a Kinshasa at some point. Okay,
one can only hope.
But okay, I'm of the mind that if you want Dean Ambrose to be this mind playing Dean that he's been the last few weeks, getting in Seth Rollins' head, making Seth Rollins act like the crazy one, like he did cutting that promo 2 weeks ago, calling him the lunatic, But Seth Rollins is the one showing crazy lunatic signs while doing that promo.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if he's so far in Seth Rollins' head, he doesn't even need to make an appearance. Maybe plays music at the most.
Mm.
But I'm like, I don't think Dean Ambrose even needs to show up to have a premier focus in this match, because he's so far in Seth Rollins' head that Seth Rollins can't focus on anything else.
Agreed. I'm going to go with Shinsuke also, not just because I love old Shinsuke, but it also just recently occurred to me that immediately after Survivor Series, they've got that Chronicle with Dean Ambrose that's going to air.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're going to keep a little bit more focus on him, give him a little bit of a shine. But either way, Shinsuke, yeah, definitely takes it. Now, we have to move on to the surprise of the week, even bigger than what we got with Ronda and Becky, which, I know we're going to have plenty on that. The surprise match, the dream match of Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. Whoa, mama.
This is going to be... Oh, wait, who... Let's see. It is Bryan's turn.
I'm more shocked that they actually turned... Like, I know that he's been asking for it. Let's face it, okay? Daniel Bryan... I never thought much of Daniel Bryan's character as a face. We all know this. Okay? I didn't understand what the fuss was about. So I always liked him more as the crazy heel I liked the no more than the yes. I understand why and how it got over. It's very catchy. Okay, and they did screw him over so badly at WrestleMania that it makes sense that the crowd would want to shit all over Vince's plans. But the yes movement was good for the time that it was there. It made sense. Daniel Bryan kept getting screwed over by the management, both in storyline and out of storyline. So the people were on his side 10 times over what they normally would have been. Okay, so that makes sense to me. But then he goes away for 4 years. And you get the rub when he comes back because he fought his way back through. But after a couple months of that, it started getting stale for me. It started getting stale again. They needed to freshen it up. So when he did the SmackDown ball shot, that is such a big thing.
That is AJ Styles' kryptonite.
Yeah. Dude, how have you not figured out by now? You need a cup. You need one. It's been...
I trusted you, Brian.
It's been 8 months. You haven't figured out that your balls are not impervious to pain, right? Yet? So, as soon as Daniel Bryan did that, I was like, oh shit. Oh, they're turning him heel, and he's about to win the title. And he did. Do I think it affects anything of what's going to happen at Survivor Series? No.
So who are you picking to win?
I'm picking Brock Lesnar. Basically, okay, it's going to be the same thing as last year. AJ Styles won the title a week beforehand. So they set up AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar. AJ Styles gives Brock Lesnar the fight of his life. But Brock Lesnar still pulls it out. I'm predicting the same thing. Because I think AJ Styles gets involved. And screws Daniel Bryan. So that continues their feud going into TLC and beyond. And Brock Lesnar picks up the pieces in the way that only Brock Lesnar can, and that keeps him strong going into whatever he's doing against Braun Strowman or Drew McIntyre or whatever's going to happen after that. I think Daniel Bryan might give him more of a fight than AJ Styles did last year, but there's excess storyline here that protects both Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar, but I don't think that Daniel Bryan has anything really that can take Brock Lesnar down for a 3 count. Because we all know that Brock Lesnar ain't tapping out.
I'll tell you what. I totally agree with you that there's absolutely going to be shenanigans in this match. What I disagree with you on is what the ultimate result is going to be. And I'm going to go with my man Daniel Bryan, as you do. And even if we do see interference from AJ Styles and it does interrupt the match, and even if it does go in favor of Daniel Bryan in that instance, either way, I'm gonna weigh in favor of Daniel Bryan in this instance, and
Go with the heart.
There's something here, and I don't think we're really gonna get a clear sense of what it is until after Survivor Series. Cool.
I'm seconding Bryan. It's going to be Brock Lesnar, just because it's Brock Lesnar.
Just because Brock.
Just because of Brock.
I'm going Brock because Brock. I'm going Bryan because Bryan. Fair enough.
Here's the real thought. It's like AJ. There's a juxtaposition here.
It's pretty much everything Bryan everything Bryan said.
AJ Styles.
I actually think Bryan's going to put Brock Lesnar to that limit where it looks like Daniel Bryan may actually win the match. I can see, and I think AJ is going to cost him that.
I think he has Brock Lesnar in the S-lock. And Brock Lesnar can't get out of it. Okay, and that's when AJ Styles comes out and hits. I could see him hitting out of nowhere. Like, you don't even see AJ Styles hit the ring, but you see like a phenomenal forearm to the back of his head.
I can see them doing that shot easy.
Yeah, and he rolls out, and then Brock Lesnar just picks up the pieces.
Mm-hmm. Which brings us to what should have been the main event, may still be. We've got Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair.
I think because of that, I actually think Lesnar and Daniel Bryan are closing the show.
Okay,
that's what I think.
Quite possible. All right, so whose turn is it?
Jeff.
It is mine. All right, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Ronda Rousey wins, keeping her strong. Save her for the man herself, and then they're going to save that match for WrestleMania. So yeah, Ronda Rousey wins.
I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey as well. They're going to keep her undefeated until WrestleMania, where Becky Lynch will be the first person to officially defeat Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania.
My body is ready.
As the main event.
Yes. Becky versus Ronda is a main event on whatever pay-per-view it happens at. That's it.
So I said them not having it at this event is a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it right now. I just need to get this mini rant out of the way before we close the show.
Oh, there's going to be a mini rant. Do we have the soapbox for you?
Yeah. All right.
Oh, he has to sit up for this one.
We all know how big that the WWE wants to go with seeming progressive and ahead of the curve and all about making moments and all this. Normally, I have to admit, I am pretty cynical when it comes to this sort of thing. However, when they do something right, I gotta give them credit and acknowledge what they do right. This is how you do it right. When it's not manufactured and it actually follows what the fans actually want. I think I'm preaching to the choir when I say that the hype for this match is white hot. The man herself is white hot in every single sense of the word. Brian, I hope you're enjoying every single bit of this.
I'm actually reaching his levels of love for Becky
and
Lynch.
How could you not? She's
just
so good.
And especially, that shot. Anyone who wasn't on board, and any dumbass who was not on board the Becky Lynch train, that shot of her up in the stands, blood streaming down her face from the broken face that Nia Jax sent her, but she still like that was ad libbed. All that, any lesser person would have